calling all you gorgeous souls to come join me now. Welcome back to the Energy Center podcast. This is Dana Teresa, the metaphysical mentor. We are here at episode number 49. I love numerology. 4 plus 9 is 13, and then 1 plus 3 is 4. So this episode is really going to embody the essence, the energy of 4. I didn't plan it that way. It just happened. I chose the topic, and when I thought about the topic and then I put the number together, I realized that it all is aligned. It's all coming together so beautifully, so magically. So the number 4 in numerology represents the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. It's also very much connected to the earth, because we humans are here on earth at this time to do work. We're here to get down to business and do the work that our souls came here to do so that we could live a life that is aligned with our true essence, and so that we could heal and release the things that our soul no longer wants to carry. And so the energy, the essence of 4 is a lot about that hard work, that getting down to business, the building structures, and the commitment. And what I feel so called to talk about today has to do with spiritual bypassing. Dun, dun, dun. I know that name sounds so scary. And I didn't even really know or understood what spiritual bypassing meant. I just kept hearing that phrase kind of in the collective, or I'd hear people in my sphere say it every now and then. And I just kind of like brushed it off like, spiritual bypassing, I don't know what that is. I don't think I'm spiritual bypassing. And then the more and more I dove deep into myself and the work that I'm doing, the more and more I understood what it's all about. And I think it's very relevant and appropriate and important for us to talk about right now, because so many of us are having our spiritual awakenings. So many of us are waking up to the notion that we are more than just a physical body. We are our energy. We are our spirituality, our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts. All of these things come together in our human experience, and our spirituality is so important. And at the same time, we need to be in our humanness to have our spiritual experience here on earth. So spiritual bypassing, what I have found that it means is that we are trying to take a detour and just jump right into the spirituality, or we are like literally bypassing the human experience, or we are finding ways around the work, the deep work that needs to be done. So when you're spiritually bypassing your experiences in life, there might be a tendency to just see life from this rose-colored glasses, through the lens of rose-colored glasses, right? Like, oh, everything is fine, everything is perfect, everything is wonderful all the time. And while, yes, that can be true, it can not acknowledge or even give credit to our human experience and our human emotions. When we're spiritually bypassing, we have a tendency to overlook all the things that come with being human. And I'm going to talk about the 3 things that we need to not worry about, but the 3 things we need to be cautious about when it comes to spiritual bypassing, and why it is important to not spiritually bypass. So the first thing is kind of what I just said. It's that when we try to bypass our human experience, then we are not acknowledging our humanness, and we are not giving ourselves the opportunity to really know and understand the full spectrum, the full circle of being human. So we are here on earth at this time because our souls chose to be here. Your soul picked every little thing about you to come here right now on earth and to be you in your special and unique way so that you could explore the world and earth and human relationships and your relationship to yourself in your own special and unique way. Just like a snowflake, okay? Just like a snowflake, every single human being is different. There is no human being that is just like you. You have your own unique gifts and traits and experiences and healing desires and reasons that your soul needs to heal. And so when we spiritually bypass, then we are avoiding or taking a detour around all of the necessary lessons, learning, opportunities that our human has to experience. When we are spiritually bypassing, it's like we're not allowing ourselves to receive the full spectrum. And we learn from differences. We learn from duality. And so for me, for example, being a Scorpio rising, my soul, and I've seen this time and again before I even knew I was a Scorpio rising, my soul really likes to dive deep into experiences almost to an extreme, almost to the point of like, whoa, this is kind of intense. Did I need to go this deep? Did I need to pick this circumstance or working with this person that was going to take me to like the depths of darkness or like the hardship that I chose in this time? Did I really need to go that deep? Did it really need to be that hard? But that's the way my soul wants to learn. And so if I did not experience like that, the darkness in a circumstance at the edge of the spectrum, would I fully be able to understand and appreciate the light? My soul, it needs that. It needs to experience those opposite ends of the spectrum so I know what is right for me. And so if I'm just spiritually bypassing and like, oh, everything is fine all the time, I'm just going to love everybody all the time and love myself all the time, and I haven't done the deep work, then I don't really know what loving myself all the time truly means, right? We have to have the human challenges and burdens and tribulations and trials and the things that allow us to go inward and explore so that we know what's on the other end of it. And so that we get to know ourselves and we get to understand and we can appreciate all of the journey and all of the lessons we have learned. And those all support us in some beautiful and expansive way. And so that's number one. So we want to be mindful of not spiritually bypassing, and avoid spiritual bypassing. We want to be in our human experience so that we appreciate and value the human experience. And the other thing, the next thing, number 2 on the list of what we need to be mindful of when it comes to bypassing the human experience is opportunities for learning and growth and expansion. So number 1 kind of just leads right into number 2. So there's so much for us to learn. There's so much for us to explore. We can take as much time as we need to get the lesson. If you're moving, like right now, there's this period on earth of rapid growth and expansion. But what preceded that was a lot of like slowness and like not changing and people conforming and people trying to fit in and not evolving. And so we're coming into this space and time in our planet's history of profound change and evolution. And so when we allow ourselves to feel into that full human experience of the transformation, of the change, then we can receive so much growth and so many opportunities to learn and so many gifted ways in which we can understand ourselves better and understand other people better. And everyone's journey is so different. Some people are on this accelerated pace. Some people are moving, their souls want to move at a snail's pace, and that is okay. Everyone's journey looks different. Everyone's experience is different. Everyone's pace of learning is different. We cannot control other people's outcomes. We can't make other people think or be like us. We have to just accept and love people for where they're at. And the work in that, how we do not spiritual bypass the acceptance of others, is learning to accept ourselves. So sometimes, and people have kind of said this to me before, when I'm saying these things like love yourself and accept yourself, that came from years and years of deep inner work. It's my soul's purpose at this time on this planet is to be a seeker and a shaman. And so I thrive off of different experiences and information and gaining wisdom. And the shaman part of me wants to heal myself over and over and over again. Like, I'm not just a one and done healer healing myself. I am healing this whole lifetime. This whole lifetime is like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? And so the healing that I have guided myself through, that I have experienced while working with other teachers and mentors, that I have learned from my friends and my family, that has all taught me in so many different ways to love and accept myself. So it goes way beyond the thinking mind and just thinking that I need to love and accept myself. And it comes down to the full-on integration and embodiment, because I have been learning this lesson, teaching myself this lesson, experiencing this lesson over and over and over again. So it's not like I woke up overnight, went to bed one night and woke up the next morning and was like, okay, I love myself now, I'm good. No, it came after lots of hard work. This goes back to the energy of 4, right? So it came after hard work and commitment to myself. It came after getting to know myself deeply, spending so much time with myself. So we have to take the time. We have to take the time. So then, yeah, it just rolls off my tongue. I love myself fiercely because I've practiced it, and practiced it so much that it has become me. So do you see, the spiritual bypassing is just kind of like saying, oh, just love yourself and everything will be fine. And then we can try, we can try to love ourselves and think that everything will just be fine, but maybe we don't actually even feel it. Maybe we're like, I keep telling myself to love myself, but I don't feel love for myself, right? It's because the work hasn't been done. And I'm not trying to scare you away with saying it's so hard and it's so much and it's a commitment, but truly, I mean, what did your soul come here to do? Your soul came here to be you and get to know you and commit to being yourself. And so the commitment is a part of your life's journey, of everyone's life journey. There's so much streaming through my channel right now. Yeah, it is this beautiful time that we are given on earth to really experience our passions and our desires. And when it comes to the work, the hard work, it's like we've been given this time and this space right now to let it happen, to let it sink in. You might notice there's kind of like these spurts in the collective of energetic download and receiving a new energy. And then there's this time of like stillness and quiet. I just experienced that these last few weeks when that 3I Atlas comet just a couple of weeks ago was close to the sun. It was like, boom, I got major energetic downloads. I was receiving so much from that, and my energy was off the charts. I didn't sleep for like 3 nights in a row, and I was not tired. And I was up like downloading and posting videos and talking to people and sharing with people. And like, I was like wired. I had so much energy. And then the last week or so, it's been like this down tempo energy. Like, okay, now it's time to rest. Now it's time to integrate this newness. So in your own life, maybe you've noticed there's times of heightened activity, of increased bursts of energy. And then there's times when the universe is gifting you rest and space to let it soak in, to let yourself receive so that you can replenish and restore your energy and get ready for the next phase. So we really need to honor those natural rhythms. And when it feels like it's time to do the work, we follow that flow. When it feels like it's time to rest and digest, parasympathetic, and soak it in and integrate, we let the rest come in, we let that happen. So I was listening to some astrology readings about, we have the new moon in Scorpio coming this week. Interesting too, right? Because I'm a Scorpio rising. I just love Scorpio energy. Anyways, and that's really what Scorpio energy is all about. It's about seeking deep soul level transformation. And it's also about, going into the shadows and exploring what our inner workings are all about. So perhaps this week is an opportunity for you to dive deep into your being and ask yourself some of those questions and do some of the shadow work. And the shadow work, it comes by sitting with yourself. It comes through noticing patterns in relationships and letting yourself interpret those patterns. So the spiritual bypassing, it's really not allowing us to receive areas for growth and expansion, and it's bypassing the lessons or that true human experience. And the other thing, the last one, the third thing we need to be cautious around or be mindful of when it comes to spiritual bypassing is the idea of detachment or social isolation. So sometimes when we are really up in our heads, floating around in the cosmos, it's really beautiful and cool up there, and the energy is all light and fuzzy and happy. And down here on earth is like the opposite end of that spectrum, right? Human emotions, the human experience can feel really heavy at times. And we all need to support each other through our human experiences. We are not here on this planet alone. If we were meant to experience planet Earth all by ourselves, then the universe would not have sent 8 billion other people on the journey with us. We would have been here on our own by ourselves, maybe just hanging out with the animals. Maybe the animals wouldn't even be here. I don't know. But we're here in this human experience to experience it with other humans and get to know other humans and learn from other humans. It comes back to that duality, right? We get so mad at somebody when they have different ideas than us or different beliefs, whether it's like spiritual or political or when it comes to eating food, all the things. We're like, oh, I can't believe they don't think the way that I do. But that person in thinking differently than you is gifting you learning experiences, is showing you your shadow self, is reflecting back to you what you have an opportunity to learn and discover about yourself. And so when we're spiritually bypassing, it's like we're disconnecting ourselves from other people. And sometimes it even comes to spiritual narcissism. Like, oh, I'm so spiritual, and so I'm up here, and everybody is not evolved yet, and they're not awakened yet. Everyone's exactly where they need to be. And so I'll give you an example, a personal example. So recently, several months ago, I kept getting, every time I'd pull oracle cards or I would, talk to a spiritual advisor or even like pulling crystals or things like that, I kept getting the sign that abundance is on its way. Your transformation is coming. You're about to step into the next phase. Like all of these messages kept coming to me. And so my human was like, okay, when's it coming already? Like I want to receive this big transformation, this new abundance, this big change. When is it coming? I keep getting the signs, but it's not here yet, right? That was my human. And my highest self knew, like, just be patient. It's coming when it's time. Or maybe it's already here and there's an opportunity for you to see it from a different lens, right? Like I knew this, but the human kind of, gets all amped up and fired up and the ego gets involved and it's like, when's it going to happen? And so I was sharing this with a friend and the friend was like, well, yeah, it's already here. Can't you see that? And it was kind of like, took me a little bit off guard because I was like, oh, I was just trying to be human with you. I just was trying to like express myself and share some of my frustrations. And while she was mirroring that to me, was showing me an opportunity to see it from a different lens, part of me just wanted like that human connection. And it felt almost like that response to me was like a spiritual bypass, like bypassing the human emotion that I was feeling around just like, oh, it's already here. Can't you see that? And at the same time, her saying that kind of woke something up within me. And so I said, well, hey, yeah, maybe it is already here. And I need to dive in a little bit deeper and see why I'm struggling right now to feel abundance in general, to be abundant in every moment that I possibly can. And so the last few months have been a journey with me and in releasing the old energies, the old programming, the old ways of thinking, or even some of the blocks that I've carried around receiving and being abundant and trusting that I am abundant. And so now I know that it's here. Ooh, and maybe that's what that message was all about. I just put that together for myself. So maybe that's what that message was all about. Maybe it was trying to wake me up to the knowing this is possible for you to receive, and now do the work so that you can receive it. And it's not like this big influx of money came in. No, it was just an understanding that I already have abundance. Abundance is already here for me. And so everything is so connected. Do you see? So like someone's spiritual bypassing gave me deep insight around what spiritual bypassing is all about. And it guided me, it helped me to go deeper inward so I could learn the lesson and receive it and build more connection. Because my journey with abundance over these last few months, it's not just like, again, the money and the finances. Money is energy. It's the knowing that I have everything I need and everything I have is already abundant, and it's what makes me abundant. And it's also allowed me to cultivate more abundance in my relationships with friends, and building more of a soul family circle around me. So it's all connected. And so to avoid the spiritual bypassing, we really need to allow ourselves to go on a journey. Right? Bypassing is just taking a detour. It's maybe like just walking over a bridge to get to the other side instead of looking under the bridge and being like, ooh, there's a beautiful stream flowing down here. And then, oh, there's like these wildflowers, and oh, there's some mud too. Like, I want to go see what's down there and explore down there. So when we're spiritual bypassing, then we don't have the opportunity to see and receive what is fully available to us. And then it also comes back to the human and your highest self. Let me say that you are one. Your highest self is already merged with you. It's not something that exists outside of you. We just need to remember that and build our relationship with our highest self. And it's also not avoiding or ignoring the human part of you. Like, the human part of you wants to be felt. The human part of you wants to be acknowledged, and it wants to be loved and understood. I'll tell another personal story. I had a mentor once who, again, when I was like sharing some of my human experiences, that was kind of always her response, like, oh, just love yourself, or you're talking, you need to change the words that you're using, or, just giving me the answer, the change of the thinking mind, but not allowing me to feel what needed to be felt, not guiding me to go inward to feel what that was really all about. And I've worked with so many teachers and mentors over time, and some I've resonated with so beautifully, and some I've learned so much from. And I've also, again, maybe would do things a little bit differently, or they showed to me how I really wanted to be as a teacher or a mentor. I feel like I need to talk about that more deeply. That should maybe be the next episode, because as teachers and mentors and healers for others, we have to be really mindful of our actions and how we are working with other people. That's another topic. Let me get back. So that teacher, in her guidance to me, like, oh, just like love yourself and you're going to be fine. Like, right, that like spiritual bypassing, it really showed me like, no, I'm here to myself do the deeper work, and I'm here to guide other people to do the deeper work as well. Because again, we can tell ourselves all day long, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, to yourself. But if you don't feel it, there's a reason why you're not feeling it. And the reason might be there's an energetic block there. There might be old trauma that you're holding on to, or it could simply be the programming or generational patterns, right? All of these things can block us from the feeling. And so the thinking mind can think all day long, but if the body and the soul aren't feeling it, there's a need to go inward and a need to explore and a need to experience your human. So your human is not the bad guy. Your human is working in partnership with your spirit, with your soul, with your highest self to co-create this magical learning life on earth. Beautiful souls. If this episode resonates with you, please give it a heart, a like, a comment. Please subscribe, and please share it with somebody who you feel might benefit from it. So everything is energy, everything is connected. And when you share your love or your insight or your comment, then that helps it get to the next person, and then the next person, and the next person, and it moves around the whole planet. That's what we want, right? If you want to learn more about me, Dana Teresa, you can follow me on Instagram at Dana Teresa Star. You can also head to my website. There's lots of information there, danateresa.com. I love you so much. Enjoy your human journey. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Namaste.